Welcome back, everyone, to today's study, the continuation of our training on the medical missionary that we entitled the Fourth Angel Medical Missionary Training. Because it's a specific training that will enable us to preach the fourth angel message of Revelation 14, verse 1 to 4, the angel that should help the third angel to finish the work. And the right arm of that message, which is the health message, that we need to learn how to really help people to recover emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally. So it's a combining the gospel of the soul with the gospel of the whole being. We did start this study last Tuesday, and I gave a broad introduction to it. We was talking about objective anatomy and physiology. So that means our goal is not just to know the body. It's not just to know the body structure, the anatomy of the body, and then the physiology, the way the body functions. We want to be very objective in our study. We are studying to know the body so that we can help the body to recover, to regenerate. That is the point. So we have very, very focused. We have a goal in the study. Why I entitled this objective anatomy and physiology? Because from the previous study concerning the epigenetic versus germ theory, we find out that the modern conventional medicine is based on germ theory. But the natural practice is based on epigenetic. Epi means above, generic means the gene. So above the gene meaning the environment dictates how the gene will be. Okay? So if a grandma have a diabetes and the daughter have a diabetes, the granddaughter will have diabetes if they are living the same lifestyle, according to epigenetic. So if you change the lifestyle of the granddaughter, she will recover. But the germ theory will say it is generic because the grandma have it, the mother have it, say the granddaughter have it, then obviously it's generic, and it's not correct. So how can we give the right environment to any cell that is sick? Okay? If your liver have a problem, how can we regenerate the liver? If you have autoimmune disease, what are the organs need to be renewed? What are the cells need to be corrected? How to rebuild your gut? Okay? If it's a cancer situation, it's not just about killing the cancer cells. It's also about replacing the cancer cell, regenerating new cells, because our body recycles very, very, very frequently. So we need to have enough element that's needed for the regeneration. So the study is very objective, very objective. All right, so before we get into the study, let us pray. Oh Lord, the great God of the universe, here are we again with all our feebleness. Lord, cleanse me from myself, my ways. I ask you to cleanse me again, Lord. Forgive me, renew my mind, that at this moment I could be a clean vessel for edification of your people. Father God, we are asking for the Holy Spirit to lead out this evening for us. Please do this because of your name and for your glory only. In the name of Jesus Christ, bless all the students. Open their understanding. Open my understanding also. Enable me to simplify as possible everything. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right. Objective anatomy and physiology. Today we have a little problem with last time we saw that in our body we have the cells. We have a lot of cells. And the cells, the group of cells constitute what we call tissue. And a group of tissue constitute organ. And a group of organ constitutes system or organ system. And this is the basic of the anatomy. So to study the cells, know everything about the cell division, what is the process of cell, the regeneration of the cells, how the protein is synthesized, the RNA working through copying the message from the DNA when it's opened up to replicate the same thing. We are not going to go through all of that process, okay? Because in this book, the book that we have in the class, the Mosby Handbook of Anatomy and Physiology, they give you all of these things. So we are going to be much objective how to use the information. So in this study, we are going to be looking at about 10 things. Number one, I would like to call it the principle of objective anatomy and physiology. So if you face any disease, this is what you do. You have to identify the type of cell that constitute the tissue of that particular organ or system. Okay? If somebody have any problem, it's a bone problem, you need to know the kind of cell is that. If it's a pancreas, you got to know the kind of cell it is. If it's the eye, you need to know the kind of cell. If somebody have Alzheimer's, brain problem, you got to know that this is a neuron, okay? The nervous cells. Number two, understand the physiology of that organ. You got to know how the organ function, okay? If you take the liver, you got to know how the liver function. Number three, find out the synergetic function of the organ with other organs. In this case, I can give the example of how liver work with the pancreas to regulate the sugar level, okay? And that is very important for us because when the pancreas will release the insulin and then the glucagon will help the liver to transform the glycogen into the sugar again. And if the liver is not healthy, then the work of the pancreas will not be okay and the sugar level will be a problem. So actually, in the case of diabetes, it's not just one organ. Okay, you have pancreas, liver, cell membrane, lymphatic system, okay? And then all that are involved in the reversal of the diabetes problem. So you have to know all these organs, how they work in synergy, how they work together. Number four, know what is called nutraceutical or bioceutical need of the organ. What do I mean by that? The nutrients that the cells need to function. Okay? If we don't, like last time when we look at diabetes condition, for the pancreas to grow new beta cell to be able to produce enough insulin, you need astaxanthin, you need vanadium, you need chromium. If there are specific nutrients that you need, specific minerals, specific vitamins that you need. So you understand how the organ function. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you are going to be doing as a medical system, just trying to find a good medicine to control the sugar level, okay? You're going to be managing the sugar with insulin without really dealing with the organ. All right, number five, then research on the bioavailability of the nutraceuticals. So if you take any good nutrients, you need to make sure that the nutrient can be delivered to the cell. That means all the steps need to be corrected. You have to make sure the cell membrane is healthy enough. The pump in the cell membrane are working right to be able to take the nutrient from outside the cell into the cells. For example, if you drink a lot of water right now, and your body don't have enough magnesium, you are going to the bathroom and pee all the water out. So you can drink more water as you want, you will remain dehydrated. Why? You are lacking magnesium. The cell needs magnesium to take the water inside the cell and use it properly. So you can't be properly hydrated if you don't make the water available to the cells. Okay, just an example. Okay, you can take, for example, enough of calcium. Okay, but if you don't have enough of vitamin D, you cannot absorb that calcium. So the calcium will not be available to your body. All right? Let's take an example of iron. Iron from the plant-based foods. It needs vitamin C to be able to be absorbed, to be available for the cells. So that's called bioavailability of the nutraceuticals. We have a whole subject on that in the future we are going to look at. Okay. Number 6, be aware of pH and alkalinity required for the regeneration of the organ. We are going to talk about the work of Dr. Tenen. Okay, he came up with something amazing. I believe God has given him that revelation that really opened his mind and the mind of many others to know how to regenerate organs. Number 7, finally know how it takes. To know how it takes for the organ to fully regenerate. So you got to know what it takes, okay? And how long, sorry, that was a mistake. Finally, know how long it takes for the organ to fully regenerate. For example, the macula of your eye, it takes 2 days to regenerate if you provide the nutrient that is needed. Your skin needs 6 weeks. If you provide enough collagen, vitamin C, all that is needed, good fat, everything, in 6 weeks, you're going to have a brand new, good skin. You know, the liver takes you 2 months to regenerate. The bone will take you up to 8 months, even more. In some critical condition, go to 2 years to recycle your body. So the body you have right now is not the same body you have 10 years ago. The body you have 10 years ago has been recycled and gone a long time ago. All you have right now is a new body. But because of the genetic material, your DNA, it keeps your face, your everything the same. But you are in a constant recycle. The cell being regenerate. Old cell die, new cell take the place. That's how we operate. Number 8, know how to stop the shortening and increase the length of the telomere. This is very important, okay? Very, very important. We're going to look at the SOD, superoxide dismutase, and glutathione. And we're going to look at glutathione is a very good, why not the best antioxidant in the body to reduce inflammation and all the oxidations. And then we're going to look at the telomeres, which is a specific enzyme to help your telomere to operate right and stop the degeneration or the shortening. And we're going to look at that very soon. The number 9, the other stuff like collagen, antioxidant, mineral, vitamin, neurotransmitters, enzyme, all that are implied in the physiology of the organ. And number 10, many more. All right? So, this is how the cell look like. You have the cell membrane, and then inside the cell you have the nucleus. And inside the nucleus you're going to have the DNA. We are not going to go into detail with that. And then inside you have now inside the cell you have the large fluid that we call cytoplasm. And in the cytoplasm you have the organelles, and with different function like lysosome going to take this debris and toxin, everything, take it out of the cells. Okay, so every organelle have its own function. So in this book, it's going to teach you all of that. So in this presentation, we will not be doing that. We just look at it very quick, and then we go for something else. It's the same same cell right here with much more different form. It gave a much specific view of the organelles, okay? And we can see that you have the cells, the tissue, the organ, and the system, as I was saying previously. Okay? So you need a group of cells to make a tissue, a group of tissue to make organ, and a group of organ to make a system or organ system. Okay? This is how neurons look like. And why am I showing this? Because there's something important here to look at, that beside the whole nucleus that is there, we need to look at something very important, which is called myelin sheath, highly made of fat. And I'm going to pause here a little bit before I continue, because most of the brain problem, based on what I have shown previously, that if you want to deal with any disease, let's say we talk about Alzheimer's, you need to know you are dealing with cell membrane. We need to deal with the cell membrane, and much more in this case, we are going to deal with that myelin sheath. Why? If the myelin sheath is destroyed, you can't conduct proper electricity, and the cell will not be able to make your brain work properly. So beside everything else you are going to be dealing with, you got to find out how can you rebuild this myelin sheath that's made of good fat. So let's say somebody have any Alzheimer's serious case, and then you are giving him, or his diet is he's a vegan, a regular Adventist vegan. He's eating canola oil, cooked, okay, soy oil, cooked. All of this oil going to form what we call a very, very toxic omega-6 oil. When you heat it up, it becomes like a plastic in your system. And that has a lot, it's going to numb down what we call the phospholipid of your cell membrane. It's going to create a serious problem, because you can't build a healthy myelin sheath. Actually, you are making a serious damage, you know. Just an example, we are going to look at that very soon. Now, in this presentation, we're looking at the cell regeneration in the healing process. Every sickness has to deal with some degeneration. Every sickness. Some degeneration is involved. Why? Because every day we are losing cells. And every day we are getting new cells from cell division. Okay? Now, if the material you are providing to build the cells, they are not good enough, we are having a problem. So, what do we call telomere, microbiome, and a pH voltage? There are many other things, but these are the three main things we are going to look at in this presentation. And I will suggest, and I beg all of you to follow me carefully, you don't need to have the deep understanding of everything. What we are trying to show here is to find the objective of the anatomy of physiology. Why am I studying these things? What is the point? If I'm dealing with any degeneration, what should I look for? So let me explain these three things quickly. Telomere. This is how telomere look like. Telomere, they are at the end of your chromosomes. And anytime you have a cell division, the telomere is shortened a little bit. Remember, I did say previously that the body you have right now is not the same body 10 years ago. So the old cell they died away, and a new cell take place. So as long as you are going through this constant cell division, you are also growing through a constant shortening of your telomere, to the point where it cannot be, the cell cannot divide anymore, because you don't have telomere anymore. And then let me go to the next one. This is how it look like. Telomere. What we lose with age? It shows you the chromosome, and they show you the telomere at the end of the two, branches of the telomere. Now, and it's a telomere and cap that protect the chromosome. Now, look at the cell division. You have the cell number 1 that divide into 2 cells. Okay? And then the 2 cells divide into 4. And down there you can see the shortening, and eventually cell divisions will stop later on. So more the cell divide, telomere is shortening. So we move from 1 cells to 2 cells, from 2 to 4 cells, from 4 to 8, and progressively until one day there's no more telomere. So how people reach what we call the old age. They could not replace the cells anymore. They have to die. So if you want to live, let's say somebody have cancer, the person is 70. You who understand telomere, you know that this man, his telomere is very short. So if you have a cancer protocol, cancer treatment protocol for that person, you need to add something else to slow down the shortening of the telomere. So if you understand what I call objective anatomy and physiology, you can have the best, the best natural treatment, the herbal, the herb, the food, everything, good program that you can do for someone in the 30s or 20s, and the person recover in 3 months, completely gone. For example, just giving an example. You take the same protocol and apply on someone who is 60-year-old, 60 or 70-year-old. You are not going to have the same result. Why? Because the telomere length here is very, very, very short. It's almost finishing. So what do you do as someone who understands what I call objective anatomy and physiology? You're going to need a good telomerase. You're going to need something to increase, even regrow the telomere, make them again. And this is the work of a doctor called All Sears. Okay, he's a specialist in anti-aging to stop and regenerate your telomere and do it such a way that reverse people's age, like literally. So instead of trying to put better lotion on your skin only, what about we work with your telomere and reverse, turn back the clock of your life and of your age? So these are what I call objective anatomy and physiology. So if you deal with somebody who is advanced in age, say 60, 70, or 80, obviously you're going to provide things that are going to help the telomere. Okay? There's also the work of Dr. Tennant, okay, who shows that marine phytoplankton have a big to do with helping the telomere. There's also the work of Dr. Cass Ingram. And he did a fantastic job with glutathione from what we call chaga. Chaga is not a mushroom, it's a chunk from the birch tree. Okay? And from that chaga, we have a concentrate, the best concentrate, SOD, which is superoxide dismutase, that help the body to produce to make its own glutathione up to 400%. And this will definitely low down or almost completely neutralize your oxidation, okay? And more you remove oxidation from your system, then you are going to what? Slow down the aging, the degeneration. And more than this, it's also help to reverse aging, because it definitely helps the body to make its own telomerase. Telomerase, that's the enzyme that helps the telomere to function right and to slow down their degeneration during the cell division process. Dr. Cass Ingram pushed much deeper his research and find out that the Russian, there are some Russian in the Siberia wilderness that easily live to 120, 125, 30. And their neighboring population live barely 60 and 70, and then they die. They don't live that long. So it was very shocking, the difference. People live almost in the same region, but they have one side of the population that is living way long, above 100, and the other one barely can reach 80. So he pushed the research and find out that actually those who are living long, they are taking the brush, they are taking the shower every single day. The same way American people will take a coffee every morning, they take the sugar coffee every single day. And they slow down, they increase actually what? The glutathione, the SOD, and then that help the body to make more glutathione, then slow down what? The oxidation of the cells and everything. And by doing so, you slow down the aging process. So when you take a research like that, you're dealing with someone who is sick, no matter what's the sickness, as long as the person is above 60, you definitely need to be considering dealing with the telomere. Very, very important. Extremely important. If you don't do this, you are working against nature, and you are going to fail your work as a medical missionary. Okay? So if you deal with any elderly, please be focused on the telomere. It's extremely important. Now, there's also the other research that have proven that the turtle that live in the sea, they live up to 350 years. And when they check their SOD level, the superoxide dismutase level, is the highest in the whole animal kingdom. So now they are measuring our age based on the level of glutathione we have. And from there, if you can be replenishing enough glutathione to your body, then you are going obviously to live much longer. This is science proven by the result. They put people on tests and they get it right. Okay? So the same telomere, Dr. Robert Young used the same principle differently. He took people in the age of, in their 60s, and then he proved to them that, look, all of you, we're going to take your bone density. In the next 6 months, we're going to give you a bone like a young people bone. You're going to revert your bone density and build your strong bones. We know that conventional medicine doesn't think like that. They don't think about regenerating the cells. They think about managing the disease. So he changed their diet. It's a heavy, heavy green juice every day. When talking about a green juice, some people will take green apple, cucumber, and run into the machine and have a green juice. No, that's a greenish. Green juice need to have what we call heavy leafy green, collard green, dandelion, kale. Juice these things to have a real green juice. Okay? So they were taking enough green juice, and he also giving them enough of good fat, avocado, coconut oil, stuff like that, because you can't really rebuild bones if you can't help the body to make its own collagen properly. A lot of vitamin C also. He gave them good minerals, okay, silica, a little bit of magnesium, and other stuff. Guess what? With monitoring their diet, their lifestyle, everything, exercise, all of this, and for 6 months. And they went back to check their bone density. It was a miracle. So if you are a medical missionary, you deal with elderly, you should know what to do to build back the bone density. You should know what to do to repair the telomere. Then you start using what I call objective anatomy and physiology. You just don't know how the body is, how the body works. Because that is what the conventional medicine is doing. They just find how the body works, everything, and then make a medicine that corresponds to that body part. This is disease management. We want to help the body to repair itself. We are not healing the body. We provide to the body what the body needs to heal itself. All right? It says here, it says lifespan according to the telomere length. It says a measure of age, how the test works. It says telomere test could be used to estimate not only how fast someone is aging, but possibly how long they have left to live. So today you have a test that can give you approximately how long you're going to live when they check the length of your telomere. That's amazing. So if you realize that you are so tired, you realize that you are slowly dying inside, don't stay there just praying. wake up and do something. Heal your telomere. Increase the length of your telomere. And we have a good program in when we're going to be, by God's grace, showing how to regenerate cells. Okay? You can really regrow properly, this telomere properly. Okay? So please, we are just exposing you to the research. You have a YouTube, have a lot of information. You have this doctor website. Go to Dr. Tennant. His name is Jerry Tennant, okay? Jerry Tennant. Look at his website. He describes everything, okay? The video we send for this presentation, he shows how he used a medicine called Frequentia, okay, from Forever Green Company. And the Frequentia is made of marine phytoplankton. And he used that to completely renew people's macula. People who can't see, they can see in a couple of days, just like that. Why? He finally understood it. Now, I'm going to say something that might trigger your mind a little bit. Watch this. He's a doctor of about more than 40 years. And he confessed himself that since he was practicing medicine, it was the same result until he understood something we're going to talk about very soon. When he understood the pH and acidosis, then he tried to find out how can he decrease the acidosis in the macula and bring it to alkalinity to the point where he can regrow completely the macula. Right now, it's a fantastic job he has done. Okay? So it's no longer finding the right name of a medicine. It's about how to help the body to regenerate. Lifestyle and telomere length. If you are a very stressed person, you're overworking, you're not sleeping well, you're not eating right, you are in a bad family relationship, bad marriage life, and you're going through so much stress, guess what? It's going to create what we call oxidative stress. It's going to start shortening down your telomeres activities, and obviously your telomere are going to be shortened. You are going to age very fast. That's why when we are overworking, surely we're going to get sick. We're going to get sick. Okay? Now, I don't want to stay on this too much. The microbiome, that's number 2 we are going to look at. Microbiome is not very new, but they keep discovering much thing about it. Our body is made of the normal cells, okay, that we call eukaryotes. Now, more than that, the microbiome, you have from 3 to 10 times the amount of the normal cell you have in your body. So actually, we are made of the major part of our whole body is made of microbiome. Please follow me carefully, because if you don't understand microbiome, you cannot deal with any autoimmune disease. You just cannot. Because the autoimmune disease comes from when we are messing up with our microbiome. So no matter how much good medicine you find, you are not going to get well. That's the reason why when people have a lupus, the hospital will just try to manage you a little bit, but they can't reverse it. Why? They don't know how to fix your microbiome. So what is it? Microbiome are they are the good bacteria of our body. And we remember we studied the work of Beauchamp, and Dr. Robert Young, worked much deeper on the same research he has done. We find out that if you take the healthy cell, the healthy microbiome, and then you create acidic environment, it's going to turn into bacteria. If it continue, going to turn into what? Yeast and a fungus. If it continue, going to turn to mold. If it continue, it will turn to cancer. Now, when I was listening to going through the work of Dr. Tennant, he explained that our microbiome, they are very nice, very good working for us until your body starts lacking oxygen. Please follow me very well here. When you are feeling tired, don't try to drink coffee you are making things worse. Why? When you drink 1 cup of coffee, it's going to dehydrate you. It's going to take 5 cups of water from your system to balance the pH and make you much more dehydrated and make you much weaker. And it's killing you slowly. Now, if you have a low energy, what to do? Take herbs that are rich in iron. Why? We are going to see that very soon. Still about the microbiome. Microbiome in our gut starts from there. So when your gut, let's say you are taking antibiotic for long term, it starts destroying the good bacteria in your gut. Guess what? You're going to get in problem. That's why it's recommended that if you know you have to take antibiotic in some critical condition, when you're taking this thing, take probiotic and prebiotic, both. All right? And the best way, it is culturing food, or what we call, you sprout the seeds, but you still leave it in the water. You're not throwing away the water. This will be shown to us when we're going to be having some hands-on and on sprouting and all of the other stuff. So we need to know how to provide the good bacteria to our body. Because of these microbiome studies, there are many diseases now they can reverse by introducing or giving to people the fecal matter that are full of microbiomes. All right? Or the only way to reverse some of the disease. Can you imagine that? That they take, some of these things you can't believe, and they stick it in your gut to be able to repopulate your gut with a good bacteria, the only way to heal you. That makes no sense, right? But guess what? That's how it works. But I don't recommend that. But we can do another way by culturing, fermenting the normal food. You sprout the seed, you leave the sprouting seed in the sprouting water, and it will break down to some level and become a good cultural bacteria, good bacteria to repopulate your system. Okay? Your green juice have some, but when you sprout things, it's much more. If you've even fermented a sprout, oh yeah, now you are talking about healing the system. Remember, your body is made from what? 3 to 10 times of microbiome, the amount of the normal cell you have. So if your microbiome is messed up, you're going to have autoimmune disease and you are in big trouble. Because your microbiome are going to behave as what? As a bacteria against your cell, or attack your own body. How they do the thing is they're going to secrete a special enzyme to start dissolving your defense system. So the body starts attacking itself. Why? Because we create acidic environment. And we are going to see what Dr. Tennant has to say about this. It's the same thing right here. The gut microbiota destroyed by the antibiotic. And so those who are taking antibiotic, if you have to take it, when you finish taking this thing, take some charcoal, take some fulvic minerals, take some humic, and mix these things, take it, and pull out this toxin from your system quickly, okay? And then take a sprout seed, all of this stuff, and rebuild the flora quickly. Revive and give a good health to your microbiome. It's the same thing here, showing us how every part of our body is made of, have a high level of microbiome. Now, we are getting into the work of Dr. Tennant. Dr. Jerry Tennant, bioelectricity and macular regeneration. Okay? What he did is he understood the principle of remember what we said in the beginning about epigenetic. Okay, the study shows that you take a healthy cell, you put it in an acidic environment, it turns from healthy to bacteria, the healthy cell into bacteria, and then from bacteria to yeast or fungus, from yeast and fungus to mold, and from mold to cancer. So the reverse is also there. So if you take a very dying cell, cancer cell, whatever, you put it in an alkaline environment, it's going to reverse the same thing. All right? So what he did is, if you provide alkaline environment to the cells, you are going to heal the cell. So he tried to he find out that, you can find this in the book Sick and Tired also, that all cancer patients have a very low electricity for their body. By the way, we are electric being. 100% we are electric being. Everything is electrical. So when your electricity is low, you are getting sick. If you go way beyond below 5, 0, you are in serious condition. So what do we do? There is a way to calculate the pH. For example, if your pH is 7.35, okay, 7.35, that will correspond to the voltage of minus 20 millivolt. It's a minus because, when we are dealing with electron, when you can give electron, then you are looking at a minus, okay? So if the pH is about 7.45, then it will be minus 25 millivolts. You want to understand this works much better, look at the work of Dr. Tennant. We don't want to do the calculation right here. But if you go on Google, you're going to calculate the formula, or put pH into voltage, millivoltage, okay? It's going to give you the formula. It's 39 point something. They make the calculation if you understand how to work with the chemistry. Otherwise, you don't need all of these details. What you need to understand here is, if you provide alkaline environment, you give the good nutrition possible. And I'm going to talk about that very soon, that it's not just about alkaline. Because many answer they hear alkaline, okay, let's take some Kangen water. Let's drink so much Kangen water to get our whole body alkaline. Guess what? You still don't have the nutrients. You still don't have all the mineral in the water to really help the cells. You still don't have all the good fat to rebuild, because we are going to see, let's go quickly anyway, okay? The voltage, how this voltage thing works. It works with the fat, and I want you to remember that. The good fat, it stores energy in what we call phospholipid. Let's go there. The phospholipid. Now, but if you are using the bad fat, it's going to make the phospholipid at the level of your cell membrane what we call reversal polarity. It's going to turn off the electricity of your body. So those who are eating soy oil, canola oil, if you don't have energy, don't complain, because you can't be eating this oil and have a normal energy. Why? These oils are turning off your body electricity. How? It's producing a kind of plastic that it is really reversing the polarity of your phospholipid of your cell membrane. Let's look at it. Let's look at the picture, how it looks like. I need to come back to this. Okay. Okay, this is how it looks like. This is a phospholipid. And a phospholipid, it have organic molecules that are attached to the phosphate. It helps to really store with these, what we call the diglyceride, is a glycerol plus 2 fatty acid, okay? Glycerol with 2 fatty acid is where your phospholipid of the cell membrane, it will store energy. And I used to do something, I'm still doing it. When we are in a month of, let's say, from September, I eat specific fat, and a lot, okay, every day. 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, avocado, and many others, hemp oil, a lot of oil. And then make sure you also take in proper enzyme also when you're doing these things, so you don't clog up yourself. What am I doing actually is I want to recharge my cell membrane, and I want to build a good insulation of my skin. When you do this for 2 months, about December you are set. The whole winter people will be very cold. You're going to be fine. You will be really fine. I mean really, really fine. This is due to what I call objective anatomy and physiology. You got to know how the body works. Protect yourself from inside out. I don't say don't wear coat. Please, wear your coat. But also increase the voltage of your cell membrane. Increase the insulation of your skin. That's how you face, the winter. If you have a very low fat, you are taking this statin drug, and your fat level is very low. When the winter comes, you're going to feel the cold to your bones. Sometimes I give you lung disease, it can kill you just because you are not respecting your fat. By the way, without good fat, you can't do anything in the body. We're going to show that. Okay, so this is how it looks like. This is the cell membrane right here. And inside the cell membrane, you have a different pump. But right here we have the phospholipid B layers. That's why the body will store the energy. And that's the energy the body is going to use for many activities. So if you are eating canola oil, soy oil, these are not my words. This is the research, proven research of Dr. Tennant. Those who are eating this oil, you can heal them. So if you have a good protocol, let's say somebody have cancer, you have all the good herb, blood root, poke root, all the good herb, chaparral, everything, rhubarb, everything. You make a nice, strong herbal chemo, and you believe you're going to heal the cancer. But a person is eating this kind of oil for years. His body electricity is complete in reversal polarity. Please, by God's grace, if you change everything, you understand objective anatomy and physiology, you ask the person, which kind of oil do you use in your house? Do you take every day soy milk? Then you know this person is in trouble. Do you take corn? Yes. Cereals? Yes. Canola oil? Yes. I am a vegan. I don't eat any meat. I don't eat no dairy, anything. But let me tell you this. Soy and canola oil and corn, all of these things will kill you before meat kill you. Oh yes, this is what is killing most of the Adventists now. They are vegan, they still be diabetic, they can't reverse it, they still have a cancer and dying from it. Why? Because we are not having what I call understanding. It's just about eat raw and you're going to be fine. No. God wants us to approach the whole thing with understanding. If you forget everything in this presentation, remember very well, very, very well, what I call body voltage, which is equal to the pH. And remember the good fat, the phospholipid, to store energy. Why? We said our body recycle all the time, right? Your macula, 2 days. Your liver, 6 weeks. Your liver, 2 months. Your skin, 6 weeks. For the regeneration to happen, the cell need at least minus 50 millivolts. These are the work of Dr. Tennant. I'm not a doctor. I just tried some research to explain what I'm trying to do here. Now, he explained this thing very well to let you know that he says it is impossible. It doesn't say maybe. He said it is a 0.00%. You cannot. It's impossible for you to regenerate any cell if you have a low electricity in your cell. It is not possible. You can't do it. So imagine now, let's say you have an elderly you want to help. The person is 65, maybe 70. They're eating canola oil, soy milk, all of these things, tofu, everything, and turn completely down the phospholipid and have what we call reversal voltage or reversal polarity, same thing. Then plus that, the age made him have a short telomere. Okay? So you have polarity very low, telomere very short, seriously, and the microbiome are not healthy at all. Believe me, no matter how much herb you are going to use, you cannot help this patient. You might have a little bit of improvement, but you can't help the person. Why? You do not have what we call objective anatomy and physiology. You have to be very objective in what you are doing. I mean very objective. So I'm going to come backward to explain some of the stuff, okay? So far what we keep in our mind is we need a good telomere length, we need a good microbiome, and then we need a good body or phospholipid storage of the voltage, storage of body electricity. These are the three major things you need. If you have them right, your body is going to run very well. Now, to be able to have them right, you're going to need neurotransmitters, you're going to need enzyme, you're going to need our hormones, you're going to need mineral, you're going to need vitamins, all of that. So let's go back and talk a little about that, okay? Okay. Dr. Tenen says that if you are using hydrogenated oil from soy and canola and many of this oil, you're going to have what is called reversal polarity. With the reversal polarity, your DNA is going to be damaged. Listen carefully. Your DNA is damaged. Guess what? When you have a damaged DNA, when the RNA messenger came to copy the information from the DNA so that it can replicate another cell, like, synthesize a new protein, you are going to be having what was not corresponding to you. You are going to have what we call degenerative disease. Because of these soy oil, soy milk, they are deadly, very deadly. It turns your life off. It turns life off slowly in you. I mean slowly, until you cannot move, until you have lupus, cancer, whatever. You have now among advanced a lot of lupus, a lot of autoimmune disease, because we are, in the morning we drink soy milk. In the evening we eat rice and tofu. And we just in soy milk, tofu, soy this, soy that, everything soy. And then the bad oil, we are in trouble. When you're having this reversal polarity, you're going to have a lot of pain in your body. You wake up in the morning with all the pain in your joint. You can't understand why. Because this oil, let me see this. When you heat it up at a temperature of 350 degrees, it turns into hard plastic. And these plaques, some of them form what we call in our colon mucoid plaque. Mucoid plaque is something very dark. It's a rubber, it's complete rubber. It does not stink at all. Rubber form in your colon. Go on YouTube and look at it. Mucoid plaque. You can do all the colon cleanse you want. You can't get it out. It needs a very consistent fast for at least 2 months or a month and a half on a herb to lose the mucoid plaque from your colon and pull it out. In some extreme cases, it's the only way to save the patient. You have no other way around. You need to understand that. So when you take a simple colon cleanse, there are many diseases you cannot heal. You cannot help many patients. You just cannot. Why? Objective anatomy and physiology. Taking a simple cascara sagrada will not remove your mucoid plaque. It's a big deal in your system. Same thing. The same way you are forming these rubbery things in your colon, same in the brain, same in your arteries, in the vein, because of this bad oil that you are heating up. So many advanced still eating fried food. Okay? You use soy oil to fry potato. Wow! Deadly combination. And then you take, look at what we do. Take potato, you fry it in soy oil, and then you're going to make a nice soup, and the soup is full of tofu. And then you want to eat rice. You eat rice, I don't know who made the rice. Maybe China made some plastic rice for you. And this is completely vegan. And you pray on it and you eat it. Perfect poison. Why? Because we are not doing what's called objective anatomy and physiology. Okay, we continue. So he proved here that if you want to have the good, listen carefully, a good phospholipid that will store enough energy for the cell regeneration, your liver should work right. Why? The liver is the manager of the fat you are eating. What about they remove your gallbladder? The doctor will say, you don't really need it. Your gallbladder, you don't really need it. Okay, where your liver is going to store your bile, because the body needs the bile to break down the fat into the fatty acid. You really don't need a gallbladder. So God is, I don't know why wrong with God to put a gallbladder there. You will suffer if you remove that gallbladder if it's not any life-threatening situation. Many remove their gallbladder before they find out they should not remove it. Same thing for your appendix. Okay? God put appendix there to always lubricate. Okay, your colon, that things can be right. You remove it, you're in a big risk of any cancer in a couple of years. You know? So God who made this body, he operated with infinite wisdom, and we cannot from anywhere say there's a piece he put there is no use. That's an insult to infinite wisdom. How God can make his perfect body, and you come and remove something and say this one is not any good use? And I wish if it's not any good use, why the medical doctor all them remove their own appendix first? I'm just asking though. Let's continue here. So, I am not against medical doctors. They help us in many times. Okay? We have our mothers that need some serious intervention to deliver the baby and save the life of the mother. Thank God for the modern medicine. Okay? And some people have a serious brain problem, need a procedure. Thank God for the modern medicine. Okay? Some serious accident that need immediate surgery to save life. Thank God for the modern medicine. But when it comes to this disease that are linked to lifestyle and food and all of that, we need to know better. We need to start looking at what I call objective anatomy and physiology. So your liver, if you have a sick liver, you cannot regenerate. That's the reason why in any natural treatment program, you got to put right there, not just a liver cleanse or liver detox. You also need to put liver regeneration. Because in the process of healing, you need detox, cleanse, and nourish and regenerate. You need all of that. And in many of us, why we provide just the herb to do what? Detox and cleanse, and that's it. No. Detox, cleanse, nourish, and regenerate. This is what you do when you're doing natural things. Okay? You need your liver so badly. You will see when your liver is sick, you can see on your skin starts going bad. Because liver cannot manage the fat, so you can have a good fat under your skin. You cannot make a good collagen anymore because the manager of fat is sick. You are in trouble. And the manager of fat is sick, you don't have a good fat. Guess what? Your cell membrane in problem. So Dr. Tennant proved that you have a sick liver, you cannot regrow any cell. You can't multiply cell anymore. You are in trouble. So you want to heal any organ, you got to look at the fat manager, liver. You got to regenerate that. Next one is the deficiency in mineral and vitamins. It has been shown that most of the neurotransmitters cannot work if you don't have enough zinc and enough vitamin C. Okay, some specific neurotransmitters need absolutely vitamin C and zinc, and without that you can't make it. Now, I would like also to mention something about when it's come to protein, the protein poisoning. It's a big lie. I want to call it scam about protein. Your body don't need any protein. Sorry, your body needs amino acid. In another word, seek for the good source, good quality of that. If you want to have enough protein like a cow, don't eat beef. Eat whatever the cow is eating, greens. But our DNA is much closer to the DNA of the gorilla is more closer to our DNA, so eat like the gorilla. Some green, some nuts, some fruit, some vegetable, everything come together and make a perfect package that corresponds to us. We are not herbivores, okay? Now, come over here that if your hydrochloric acid in your stomach that should break down your protein is very low. The pH of your hydrochloric acid is 2. Sometimes it's a little less, that is 3. It's weak. But 2 is the ideal. If you don't have enough of that, we are in trouble. Why? You cannot break down all the protein. If you can't break down all the protein, some of the protein is going to sneak. When you get to your small intestine, it's going to sneak and get into your bloodstream. And the whole body is like, wait a minute. Where protein coming from? This is a stranger. Let's attack it. The body starts attacking itself. Why? Because your gut has been leaking and you are not digesting your protein properly because your hydrochloric acid is low. So to have a good hydrochloric acid, you are going to need some good zinc, some many other good stuff. We're not going to deal with that right now, but look at the work of Dr. Tennant. He gives you every information you need right there. Now, you also need what I call the collagen when you are dealing with almost every disease and most with the connective tissue, okay? Your bone, your cartilage, all of that. All right? The next thing is about the pH and voltage have to do with oxygen. The body gets acidic if you don't have enough oxygen. Now we have a problem. How do we get oxygen in your cells? We need somebody called iron, special mineral without which we cannot live. And the iron is in the hemoglobin, and the hemoglobin is in our red blood cells. So if I breathe the air right now, I breathe, the air go in my lungs, from my lungs, okay, exchange with the heart, and it go in my blood. In the blood now, the hemoglobin in the red blood cells going to fix the oxygen at the level of the iron. And the iron going to fix that oxygen and take it to all the cells of my body. What about having low iron? I mean, I don't have enough iron to fix enough oxygen. I am going to be very low in energy. You're going to see some people, they look great, they look nice, big, healthy, but they're anemic. Why? Not enough iron. And then they go and start taking iron prescription. You're going to mess up your kidney very soon because this iron is going to bind you. It's not bioavailable for you. The iron should be organic. It should come from plants. It should come from herbs. It should come from green juice. That's where you should get your iron from. It come from one of the best sources of iron is sea moss. Take a sea moss, add a little lemon juice to it, vitamin C. It makes that iron available to your body. And I would like to mention again, anytime you're taking iron that is from the plant, you have to take it with vitamin C. It is a must. Why? Because the vitamin C makes the iron bioavailable for your cells. Objective anatomy and physiology again. So if you want to have a high, good pH for your body, don't just go and drink 2 or 3 gallons of Kangen water. No. Take some Kangen water, fine, and then take herbal tea. Herbs that are very high in iron. Yellow dog, 42% of iron. Do a very good extract. Okay? Elderberry, concentrated in iron. Blessed tessel, very good in iron. Chaparral, iron. Burdock, iron. Blue vervain, iron. We have a long list of 20-some herbs. By God's grace, from next month, we're going to start looking at the herb. We're going to have the whole list of the iron herb that you're going to need to be taking daily. You will be so surprised. There are elderly, people in their 60s, 70s, low energy. I say, you are going to be taking iron tea every morning. Remove these deadly soy, milk, soy, oil, every tofu out of your life. Remove the bad grain and do sprout and good stuff. Give it 3 months. You tell me how you feel. There are people say they can't climb their stairs easily. Now they can run the stairs. Why? You regenerate the body. You increase body voltage. That is objective anatomy and physiology. All right? So, we continue right here. Oxygenation. If you have enough oxygenation in your body, you can't grow cancer. You just cannot. Okay? If you have enough oxygen in your body, you are going to be always happy because you have high energy. Your brain will have enough oxygenation. You're going to be good. So when you have a good iron, and then you have a good fat that can store energy in your phospholipids, and then your microbiome are healthy, then you start living. You are alive. So when somebody tells you, I have blood pressure, I have diabetes, please, I did say last time, people are taking this class, you got to make a choice, a serious choice for the rest of your life. You never say, what is good for diabetes? What is good for blood pressure? What is good for that? It's a very ignorant language. It's hard to stop. We need to ask ourselves, what caused the problem? Let's see the lifestyle, how the person lived, what did he eat, how he ate it, when he ate it, what is his stress level, what is his hormone level, his enzyme, okay, 8 laws, 8 channels, everything, parasite. You check these 8 causes of disease, you start doing something that will make sense. So please, if you ever call me, don't ask me, what is good for this? I will not have an answer for it. Why? Because I answered today already. So iron, iron, iron. Without iron, we cannot talk about alkalinity. And without alkalinity, we can't talk about any good pH. And without good pH, we can't talk about any body voltage. In another word, we cannot regenerate any cells. Now, your hypothyroid, for those who have a thyroid problem, you see, your body produces, or your thyroid produces T4, okay, to help to manage all the other stuff. But the body cannot use that. It needs to be converted into T3. And to convert the T4 into T3, guess what we need? We're going to need 7 stuff, all right? We need iodine. We need selenium. Iodine, you can get it from sea moss or kelp or bladderwrack, okay? Selenium, you get selenium from Brazilian nuts or sesame seed. Iron, get it from all the herb I give you and green juice. Zinc, you can get zinc from sarsaparilla, ginseng, pumpkin seed, and many. Number 5, progesterone. That's a good hormone, okay? Number 6, glutathione. It come back again, glutathione. And to have a good level of glutathione, you need SOD. To get a good SOD, you need some sugar. Also, marine phytoplankton will also give you a high level of glutathione. And number 7, you need cortisol. All right? Some R should be there. Now, if you want because many people are tired because their thyroid is not working right. And for that to work right, you have to be able to convert the T4 into T3. And to get it right, you need these 7 things to work right for you. Okay? With the good fat, of course, and many other stuff. Next thing is how to help your body to make the good hydrochloric acid. You're going to need vitamin B1. Sorry, I put there vitamin 1. No, vitamin B1. Okay, it's a mistake. You need vitamin B1, you need iodine, you need zinc, and you need salt. That's why you should always put the salt in your drinking water. Give you a good electrolyte that help you to build a good hydrochloric acid. So most of my protocol I give to people, I say put Himalayan pink salt or Celtic salt in the water. And they think like, what do I need that for? When you go in the hospital, what do they give you first? Salt water straight in your system. Okay? So you definitely need it. For those who look at the program we give you, why do I always recommend to put 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in your smoothie? Because I want you to increase what? The electricity, the voltage of your cell membrane so that you can grow new cells. It makes sense right now? If you look at the herb I sent to, in every protocol I have, I put a high dose of iron herbs. Because without iron, you cannot have electricity. You cannot have oxygen, you cannot have good electricity. And without that, you cannot have any cell regeneration. You are in trouble. So when you understand objective anatomy and physiology, now you know what you're going to put in the protocol. You want to use herb. I want herb that are high in iron. I want fat. I want a good quality of fat that will help the phospholipid of the cell membrane to be able to store good energy so that the cell can multiply. Remember, low voltage or low or pH that is not enough, that is not alkaline enough, you cannot grow any cell. The person will die slowly. It's very, very important to understand that. Okay? Next thing is this is the end of it, and I'm going to the conclusion. This is the conclusion. So in the whole story, these are the things you gotta really keep. When you have any disease, number one, identify the type of cell is it. If it's a brain problem, I know this neuron. A neuron, I need a good fat to build the myelin sheath. I also need a good all the mineral. You need a copper, you need a copper for this thing. Now between the two neuron, we have the synapse, and to pass the electricity, I'm going to need calcium and magnesium and many other stuff. Okay? So when you understand the cells, you know what to provide. You know the mineral you have to provide. Okay? You also see the environment you need to provide. You see all the nutrients you need to provide. Okay? Understanding the physiology of that organ. You need to know how the organ functions. It's a brain, how the brain functions. Okay? Find out the synergetic function of the organ. So I know my brain is made of fat, high dose of fat. So guess what? What is the organ on charge of my fat? In charge of my fat is my liver. So I need to make sure I heal my liver also. I provide to my liver all the liver needed to make a good level of bile that should be stored in my gallbladder. So if I remove my gallbladder and I'm having a brain problem, I need to know what to do. To be able to get my good fat right, I'm going to need specific enzyme to break down my fat for me. So we continue right here. So when you get that now, know what is called nutraceutical or bioceutical need of the organ. I mean the food that the organ needs to function to heal itself. Okay? Then research the bioavailability of for this nutraceutical. How to make this nutrient available for the cell. Okay? So if I want to, the best way to do it, cleanse the system. Cleanse your lymphatic system. Remove the toxin, detox, remove all the bad stuff. Okay? There were fulvic mineral, humics, shilajit, and charcoal, clay, bentonite clay, psyllium husk. This is good stuff to be removing toxin, removing mucus, remove all the blockages from your system. That's how you prepare the body for healing. Okay? Next, be aware of the pH and alkalinity required for the regeneration. So every organ needs some specific pH or some specific voltage to heal, to regenerate. All right? Next is finally know how long it takes for the organ to regenerate. I just talked about that. You want to regenerate the macula, you need 2 days. So you got to produce, you got to give enough, okay, marine phytoplankton. For the skin, you're going to need what? Collagen. You're going to need vitamin C. You're going to need zinc. You're going to need good fat. You're going to need all of this in vitamin D, everything you need. Okay? For the liver, you need 2 months to do it. For the bones, you need silica, iron, magnesium. Okay? Where do I get them from? Sea moss, green juice, all of that. Okay? Then how to stop the shortening of and increase the length of the telomere. You need telomeres. Okay? You need glutathione, and then you need SOD. Look at the work of Dr. All Sears. This is the best in dealing with telomere. Okay, you want to deal with the voltage of the cell? Dr. Tennant. Okay? Now, collagen, antioxidant, mineral, vitamin, neurotransmitters, enzyme, all of that. Dr. Wallach is one of the best in using nutrients to heal and reverse any disease. So we are going to stop here for today. This is a very different way of dealing with anatomy and physiology. And I would like to say it's not exhaustive. It's just a very small view to the whole thing. Go and study and learn and research. And I encourage all of you to deepen your research concerning the microbiome, telomeres, okay, body voltage, pH, and phospholipid. Learn this thing very, very, very well. And you're going to be so surprised how your understanding is going to be opened up when it comes to dealing with body and reversing any condition. Like I said, you have many more things to learn. That's what you say. Number 10, I put right there what? Many more. There are many more things to learn. So the way is open before you. And I'm closing the work, the study on anatomy and physiology today. You have the book, study the book. And then slowly you're going to understand much more what is called objective anatomy and physiology. These things are not really in the book. That's why I'm doing it, so that you will have much more comprehensive. What is the point? The medical doctor knows very well the body. Anatomy and physiology, he can give you every understanding. But he can do stuff that will help the cell to regenerate. He did not have the objective anatomy and physiology. It is what you need, is what I need, and we can do things better. So when you look at the work of Dr. Robert Young, these are things they apply to be able to rebuild anything. Even people have diabetes type 1. He was able to regenerate these pancreas that could not produce anything. Why? He understood how it works. Dr. Tennant is the only one that has come to the point to regenerate people's macula and recover their eyesight in a week, in a couple of days, just like that. We can do it. We just need to learn. So may God bless you and keep you. There are many more doctors that are really understanding. God is opening up the door. Do not go with our traditional medical missionary training, which is just 8 laws of health. That's it. And eat raw. Please, it is good. But based on the environment and the food we have in the store, is not enough. If you live in a wild, you are only using your wild dandelion. Guess what? It has everything you need. But the dandelion from the store is empty, lacking everything you really need. That is the reason why we need to approach everything with objective anatomy and physiology. So we have come to the end. Now we are going to open up to the questions. Some people text their question. And I'm going to get to the line right now. And if you have your question, you can just ask. Okay? Yeah? Okay. All right.
In order to enter your contact.
All right. So going on YouTube to answer the question from there. All right. Someone asked. All right. So going on YouTube to answer the question from there. All right. Someone asked. Where can you find the sugar? There are many sugar that coming from China. Don't buy it. I don't recommend it because they are growing the sugar in the warehouse. So do not buy sugar from China. Based on the information I got, they are growing the sugar in the warehouse. It's a very synthetic. There is one company, only one I got sugar from, North American Herb and Spices. They are very expensive, but they give you the best. Okay? If you're buying a lot, you can ask them for discount, call them. Don't buy it from online like that. Call them, talk to them. You might get some good deal. Okay? Someone also asked, what you can do to strengthen the eye. Yeah, if you have followed this very well, you won't ask me, what can you do to strengthen the eye? You're going to ask me, what causes your eye weakness? Then we are going to reverse it from there. Okay? In your stomach, you have a specific place that needs a specific voltage to be able to regenerate the eye. And the work of Dr. Tenen gives you all of that. So it's a long question there that I will not be answering all because it needs much more information. But when you're dealing with the eye, you got to focus on the pancreas and your stomach and give enough of the voltage needed. And if you do well, you use a frequency that concentrates in marine phytoplankton, and you're going to be okay. Now it depends on the kind of eye problem you have. It's a macular degeneration, or it's a glaucoma, or it's a cataract. Glaucoma is a pressure in the eye. Cataract is a mucus, build up in the eye. Sometimes get calcified, so it depends. It depends on the eye issue. Okay. Chaga, somebody asked if chaga is a mushroom. Chaga is not a mushroom. Chaga is a chunk from the birch tree. They could not classify it, and they put it among the mushroom, but it's not actually a mushroom. Because it's come from the tree, it's not like a fungus that really grows from like any normal mushroom. It's not a mushroom at all. It's a chunk from the tree, and they can powder it very hard, Yes, it gave a good source of sulfur, but I don't recommend too much of that, especially if you're a woman. Be very careful with that. If you have any blood thinning problem, be very careful with garlic. You got to use garlic very occasionally, okay, very occasionally. Unless you have a lung problem, respiratory therapy problem, or you want to deal with, you want to make a lung tonic, you have some lung problem, that's different. But don't use just the garlic looking for sulfur. There are many ways to have a sulfur. And if you find a natural MSM, it's a pure, good sulfur, but make sure it's not a synthetic form, but it's from plants. So you can get a good sulfur there that will definitely help you. The skin breakout comes from your liver problem. It comes from a low level of collagens. It comes from a lack of vitamin C. It comes from stress. It comes from lack of sleep. And it comes from a lack of hydration, drinking enough water, exercising. And your skin also is one of the organs to eliminate toxin. So if you are not exercising, you are not sweating, you are not getting the sauna to sweat, you are keeping all the toxin there, you are in big trouble. Now, if you're eating bad fat, it's going to give you all of this breakout, So skin problem have to do with many things. The 4 things to study. I asked to study the microbiome. I asked to study the voltage. I asked to study the pH. I asked to study the telomere. And I asked to study, it was telomere, microbiome, voltage, and phospholipid, how they work. Okay? The voltage and pH, they are the same. Okay, people need to see that. Let me repeat it again. Number 1, telomere. Number 2, microbiome. Number 3, phospholipid. And number 4, pH or alkaline or voltage. They are the same. No, it can be part of it, because if your nerve have a problem, it's not the same thing you need for the macula. The nerve takes some time to regenerate. The macula have a very thin thing to quickly rebuild in 48 hours, according to Dr. Tennant's work. You know, I would encourage people to take this knowledge to learn how to do what I call objective anatomy and physiology research on the disease. You have eye problem. According to Dr. Tennant, he says that the macula have a corresponding place in your stomach that need to have a certain voltage to be able to regrow macula. So for that reason, you definitely need to take care of the health of your stomach. Okay? Okay, which kind of oil do you use, and how much do you digest the oil? If you eat a good oil, but your liver is not working right to digest properly, you're in a problem. Okay, you are in a really serious problem. So it's not just about eating a good fat. Eat a good fat and make sure your liver is healthy to manage the good fat. You need that. And also make sure that your cells, the cell membrane, are healthy enough, is cleansed enough, because your cells are bathing in your lymphatic fluid. For most of the time, what we call also the interstitial fluid, where the cells are bathing. So if the cell is filthy, full of mucus, bad stuff, bad fat, bad cholesterol, all of these things, you're in trouble. So the whole thing is about voltage and all the neurotransmitters that are also involved. So it's not just about the pain. Don't look at the pain. Look at what is causing the pain. If you have having some accident long time ago, and then the disc have some problem there, or some nerve have been squeezed a little bit, you're going to have a pain. You know? So you need to find out what caused the problem first. Lower back pain, I just talked about that. The lower back pain, you need to find out the cause. If you are someone always sitting, like for example, many men have a real back pain, sometimes it's sciatic problem, because they're always sitting on the wallet. And the wallet creates a pressure, and it gives them severe back pain and a serious sciatic problem. Now, back pain for many causes also come from chronic constipation. You are constantly being constipated, you're going to have a back pain problem, big time. Some people is a body shape. They have been in a kind of work where they're always sitting until they really hurt their spinal cord that is no longer straight the way it should be. I recommend you visit a good chiropractor. Okay, visit a good chiropractor, and also check her out. Do you have any degeneration, okay, of the disc? Okay, if you do, then you're gonna start looking at this stuff very well. Somebody, if you can have the PowerPoint, yeah, you can. The next thing is what? Microbiome, phospholipid, voltage, and telomere. Yep. Yes, honey and lemon, they are very good, because you see, in honey there are many, many properties. You have many vitamins, you have many minerals, all of that. But the bad news is, most of the honey you have in the market right now, how they feed this bee during the winter? They give them pure sugar. And that is completely against the life of honey, of the bees. So for them to be able to make these bees survive, they need to make GMO bees. So you don't really have a really God-made honey out there, unless it comes out of America, maybe from the Caribbean, where you have a bee, the real bee, that really feeding on the flowers of the plant and herb and all of that. These are real honey. Now, yes, in most of the case of cataract, which is the mucus hardening on the eye, lemon have the ability to cleanse. You can be surprised. Put some lemon juice on your skin and leave it, rub it around very well, and take any clean towel. You're going to be so surprised how much that lemon cleans your skin right there. If you want to do it after you wash the place or after you take a shower, rub lemon juice, pure lemon. Just squeeze the lemon and put it right there. And let it dry a little bit. Take a cotton or anything clean and white. And you will be so surprised how much the lemon removes the thing so quick. So when you drop a lemon on the eye, the same thing it will do for you. And when I started studying the herb in 2002, there was an old man who taught me the herb that we used to do the eye surgery with it. We put that herb on your eye, it just removes that thing. It just comes after 2-3 hours. I don't claim to be healing any eye. It's something I used to do when I was way away back home. So I don't have this anymore around me, so I don't claim to heal anybody. Need any serious eye trouble, we can try to see how to nourish your eye, how to really heal your stomach. And let us research how to do a proper research, because we need to know that we have some limitation on what we have to say on the social media. Okay, and people need to be aware of that. There are many questions I will not answer because I am not a medical doctor, and even I'm one, I have to follow the instruction and restriction of the law of the land. So all I'm trying to say to you is, if you understand voltage, you understand telomere, you understand microbiome, and you understand very well what I call objective anatomy and physiology, you nourish the body properly, you can heal anything. In another word, you can provide to your body all the body needs to regenerate. So you are not the one who's healing, you will provide a tool for the body to heal itself. So I want to do a disclaimer right here. I don't claim to heal any disease. All we are doing here is just for educational purpose. Okay? So can we keep a non-GMO bees? I cannot fully answer that, but we can research. Obviously, some people will be keeping it because Indian that was on this American land, Indian used to be here before, and they used to have their bee around until we come and change everything. Okay? By the way, it's not the whole America that have snow. If you go to California, it's a good weather over there to keep the normal bees. All right? This question, I would suggest not to answer that here. I would suggest the person to call me. Okay? Yeah. Call me to see what we can give as education for that. All right? Huh? Yeah, about the air loss, call me. Call me on my number, okay? Okay, we'll have a lot to say about that. Somebody asked if you need to start a good cleanse, what will have advice for the best place to start, and what will be the progression? The first thing to do is do a good what is called consultation. You really need to do the inventory of what is causing your problem. Okay, what is your lifestyle? How you have been living? You eating soy food, or how you call it, soy milk and soy oil. Then you're going to say, okay, I need to detox this thing. My liver is a problem. Okay, if you are doing a kind of job, you are exposed to chemicals, then you need a heavy metal detox. Okay, if you are not sleeping very well, that means you have a serious oxidative stress. So there are many, many questions that help to find out what are the things need to be detoxed from your system. You know, the cleanse, it's not just a cleanse. Cleanse, detox, nourish, and regenerate. You need all of that. All right? So I was talking about lemon previously. So you put the lemon in the morning, and in the evening put the honey. They work together to help. Many people really improve their eyesight doing it. Okay? It's for educational purpose. It did help. But I recommend that you do something more than that. More than that to really, really regenerate. Next person. The best will be the newest, you know, the latest edition will be the best, obviously. Any other question? Okay. Any form of what? Stroke? Yes, it depends on how much is the damage and how old is the person and how much the person is willing also to follow some serious treatment. Because anything can be reversed. You just need a lot of patience. If you look at Dr. Ray, her name is Lauren Day. She's Adventist, have a severe cancer. It takes her like about more than 2 years with consistent heavy treatment, natural, okay, food, herb, all of that, up and down, for 2 years straight to get well, and another year to fully recover. So let's say 3 years. And many people don't have that patience. They give up after 6 months and then they're gone. So if you are not ready to stand firm for some of the cases, you can make it happen. Okay, somebody asked about somebody said the fact that the cell don't renew or divide with the disappearing of telomere at a certain age, does that constitute a problem for the body? Absolutely. That's why we're dealing with it. You're going to find a way to slow down the shortening of your telomere. We need to remember, even after sin, people live in this body for 960 something, 69 years. Yeah, 960 plus. I am not having a good memory, but it's almost 1,000 years. In the same body. Why? They have no bill to pay to anybody. They don't own anyone. They don't think about anything. They eat the food God has created, free, no chemical, no GMO, everything normal. Okay? And they go to bed, the sun is down, they go to bed. There's no TV to be watching, nothing, no distraction. They live a full life. You know? If you're not sleeping early, very early in the evening, you cannot keep your telomere right. Because it was in the night that the body healed. If at that moment you're not going to bed 9 o'clock, you can have all the faith you want. You will age, your telomere will be shortened, you can pray and fast as you want, you're going to die before time. And I can tell you I suffer from that sometimes when I am having a heavy work and sleeping late. So you're going to be very, very careful. Don't keep it too long. If it happens, it has to be temporal. Make sure you're catching up quickly. Sleep before 10 or about 9. That's the best way to go. Okay, next question say what? Can lemon get rid of a cataract? Don't be focused on lemon remove cataract. Be focused on how the cataract come into your system. The bad fat and unhealthy liver, okay, and a lack of a good, you gotta check out what is the cause. Please stop asking questions what is good for what. Let us be focused on what is causing the disease and how to reverse it. Somebody asked, do we put the lemon? Yeah, we put it literally in the eye. Okay, in the morning, you put lemon. In the evening, you put a drop of honey on the eye. Okay, and I keep saying this is for education. You don't have to do it. I don't prescribe it. If you choose to do it, it is your choice. Somebody say, okay, we can have access to sauna. Yeah. There are many kinds of sauna. Okay, you have infrared sauna, you have ozone sauna, you have hyperthermia sauna. There are many kinds of sauna. So you gotta check out what you need. Okay, I would suggest to have infrared sauna if you're sure that you can have another way to get enough oxygenation in your system. Taking good iron herb, that should be okay. You don't need sauna if you can have enough sunlight, you can exercise enough to sweat. But in the winter time, if somebody is sick, the person needs to sweat, what are you going to do? The person is sick, the person can't exercise. And then the outside is very cold, you can't send the person out to sweat. What do? We stick you in the sauna. That's what the sauna is needed for. For the time you don't have a sun and you can't sweat, that's what you need a sauna for, okay? Yeah, next one. We are about to close in 5 minutes, so may all start being ready. If I forget to answer any question, please text the question. Later on, we will answer you or call. Okay, there are a lot of people, more than 62 people on the line. So if we don't answer all the questions, please be patient with us. It's not any bad will. But we are trying to see what we can do. But if we don't answer your question, please be patient and send us the question. Those who use oil and have a back pain, you gotta be careful about the kind of oil you use, how much you use, and how much your liver is processing this oil. You know. All right, we are going to pray to close. Please. Okay, we want to say the disclaimer once more. The whole lecture and question and answer, any suggestion that have been given during this presentation is solely for educational purpose. It's not intended to prescribe anything for healing, or we don't cure or heal any disease. If you have any medical condition, you gotta see your doctor, okay? Any information in this presentation that is used is for your own responsibility. It's only given for education, according to the disclaimer we have to give, according to the law of the land, that we also want to respect the law, okay? So, I was saying that this is a disclaimer we are giving. I am not a medical doctor, and the presentation is not intended to replace or it's not intended to give any prescription or any guidance for healing. If you have any medical issue, you gotta consult your doctor, okay? And whatever has been said here is only for educational purpose. And anything anyone use from this as information is at your own responsibility. So we are going to pray to close. Please, if we did not answer your question, be patient with us, send us the question. All right? We have a lot of people that we could not answer. Let's pray, please. Eternal Father God, we thank you for this time. We thank you for life. We thank you for your protection. We thank you for your guidance. We thank you for your forgiveness. Deliver us fully from our own ways, our ignorance and sin. Help us to consecrate fully our life to you and to open our mind to the education and to the revelation of your mysteries. Bless us above our expectation. I'm praying for all the students, no matter what is the hardship they are going through, emotional problem, financial problem, family problem, health issue, whatever it is, you are the one, only your presence can make us okay, even in the midst of the storm. Help us to desire and to want your presence above anything. Is the only assurance for these last days. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. We want to mention that we are still taking registration. So please share the information with friends all over the place. We have been given enough simple, this is just intellectual. We are going to start the hands-on very soon. And when we start the hands-on, you're going to have a less homework to do. So please don't be tired with the homework. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Just try it. The Lord is going to help you. One day, you're going to educate a lot of people and their life will be changed. You're going to save many people from death. You will see that the pain you are going through right now is worth it. All right? So I encourage all of you, try your best. Try your best. Those who are sending one-page homework, I won't be taking them. You send me one page, I'm not going to correct it. I'm going to send it right back to you. Do something better and give, show much will in what you're doing. All right? Do your best. So share the information with people and encourage people to subscribe to the class. We want much people to be trained. Much people to be trained. We are going to be recommending some special app very soon for the identification of the herb. In 2 weeks' time, I think I will be doing the herbal identification myself in a park, in a bush, to show you how to identify 100 herbs if God allows us so. So every student is going to know 100 herbs. You're going to also learn 100 medicines. And when we have the herbs, the medicine, and many other stuff, we can be able now to write protocol. Okay? So for now, you are not ready yet to write any protocol. You are receiving the tools, the objective anatomy physiology, the lymphatic system, the epigenetics, everything, the herb, the this and that. And slowly we're going to get there. All right? So please share the information, encourage people to subscribe, and help and help. Those who have a personal issue, call us. We can see how we can assist you. Whatever is the problem, let us work together. And I'm calling all of you to pray for me. Pray for me because things are very heavy on me than I expect. Pray really, really, really for me. Okay, and pray for each other also that all students will be able to get there. We are planning the graduation for September 20. Okay, September 28th. Okay, because we're going to have a specific ceremonies September 19 and 28th. And by God's grace, we want to push it to make it happen. So we are going to be taking our tutorial much seriously. So please, the tutorial is going to help us to understand much more. Okay? Try your best. Get the information you need. All right? The tutorial are on Tuesday in the morning, 10 to 11, on Tuesday, New York time. So the sister is going to be posting all of these hours. Another tutorial on Thursday. That will take much of the question, all of that. We also want to assist those who like to cleanse themselves because we want you to be your own patient. You got to really learn how to detox yourself and cleanse yourself, nourish and regenerate. We want all the students to come out with a personal experience and also help somebody in their family. Okay? And then every student needs to start preparing. For section 22 or 23, I think, you got to choose. I'm going to be giving you one disease that you are going to start working on slowly. And that's going to be like a thesis you're going to give at the end of your training to show that you can write a protocol and you can follow anybody to really get well by God's grace. All right, so we have come to the end of time. May God bless you, and may you remember one thing. You never chose to exist. God did. You never chose to be born. God still made that decision. You never asked Christ to die for you. He made that decision. In another word, we don't know what life is made of. Let us surrender to the owner of life. Let us be willing to give him the best of ourselves, and he will make us a serious, clean, useful vessel. May God bless you and keep you. May you be strong. Maybe the storm you are going through, God might not remove the storm. Maybe all you need is his presence. God did not remove the fire for the 3 Hebrew boys. Christ came down himself, and it was okay. Sometimes God might not remove the trial you are going through. He wants you to call upon him that he will come with you and come to you. Come to be with you, and you will be okay. Sometimes he will choose to remove it. Be strong, and we are going to make it by God's grace. God bless you again. See you.